Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Thursday evening episode of Ted's Cellar with me, your most gracious host, Ted. Now, I apologise that there wasn't any episodes last weekend, as I was just a bit preoccupied with a lot of mental troubles, really, and just wasn't really in the right mindset to do an episode that weekend. Plus, I was also just feeling really under the weather, to be honest, as well. And also, it's been extremely hot, and so it's been a bit difficult to sort of like maintain enough energy and sort of enthusiasm with all that in mind to do an episode of Ted's Cellar. So for that I do apologise, but hopefully the show can go on as normal. Now, there won't be another episode for the rest of this coming weekend, but there should be an episode on, let me see, the weekend of, what date is it today? So today is Thursday the 21st. So, yeah, there should be a weekend episode on the weekend commencing Friday the 29th at some point. Either on Friday the 29th or the 30th or something like that. So, just to keep you guys aware, the reason for that is that I will be up in Scotland for a few days. So, on to today's episode. Now, on my way back from work today, I just fancied doing something a little bit fruity this time, but going back to the old roots of reviewing beer where we started off with this series. So today I went to the Seven Cellars branch in the Seven Cellars branch in Brighton train station, and I picked up the fruit salad beer by Yonder, as you can see there. And what this is it is a peach, strawberry and citrus pastry sour. That could either be amazing or awful. I will say though, I'm really into the design of the can. Not so much the colours, but then again, that's just personally my preference. I'm not a big fan of mixing pink with yellow, but it's interestingly designed. It kind of weirdly reminds me actually of like the logo. Actually, kind of reminds me, on the back at least, reminds me of like an old Yakult bottle a little bit weirdly. But it says here, fruit salad is a delectable medley of juicy fruits, berries, and citruses. Macerated together in a beery smoothie that is equal parts sweet and sour, scrumdiddlyumptious. Produced in the UK by Yonder Brewing and Blending Limited. Okay, and it says the ingredients here is water, barley and wheat, oats, peach, apricot, strawberry and orange. So do be careful if you are gluten intolerant, as you realistically obviously won't be able to drink this. So it's 440 millilitres, 4.7 ABV. It was £5.65 from the Seven Cellars branch in Brighton train station. So for the price, I think it could probably be like maybe £1 or £2 cheaper. But I'll see how true that price is in the proof of the pudding. As for the design of the can, I'll give it a good solid 8.5 out of 10. So let's have a quick sniff of it and see what our first impressions are like. Frothed it up a little bit in the cycle back home, I'm afraid. So anyway, not really sure what to make of that nose. Doesn't smell too bad actually. It smells just kind of like a cheap custardy fruit salad pastry, really. So I guess they kind of got what they were looking for. Not really the nose I would probably go for myself. Then again, I do like fruit beers, but I don't really like ones like this usually that often. But I'll give it a solid 6. It's not a bad smelling nose at all, but it is a little bit overly sweet and tiny bit unfocused. So it doesn't give me massive high hopes, but we'll see how it is when we actually come to taste it. So first of all, quick palate cleanser of water. And then on to the most important part of the video, which is to see what this sucker tastes like. So, to everyone at home, bottoms up. It's not too bad. So, again, kind of with the nose, I feel like the biggest weakness of this is just how unfocused it feels, because there's a lot of really good flavours in here, but they're all kind of brewed together in a very chaotic way. Maybe that's what they were going for, but I feel that doesn't really necessarily lend itself to the best qualities of the flavours that are present in this drink, which is a little bit disappointing because You know, there's a little bit of that sweet peach undercurrent. There's a sort of slightly sour, creamy strawberry aftertaste, and then there's that citrus and pastryness. That sort of like kind of like, you know, kind of almost creamy, sort of like carby, sort of like flavour through the middle. And I think potentially they could all mix together really well, those flavours, but it is just a bit unfocused and they kind of clash against each other a little bit. If you maybe sort of like brew this with like maybe like 1 or 2 extra hops, like maybe some Azaka to kind of sort of just like pin everything together a bit, I feel like it would be a little bit more enjoyable and the flavour would be a lot more focused. The texture is fine. The texture is like light, a little bit tingly, but like generally pretty smooth. So the texture I've got really not many, if any, complaints about. But the flavour is a little bit unfocused, like the nose, and it doesn't leave you with the most satisfying drinking experience. But what is here is really good. So I'll give it a decent 7 out of 10. There is definitely quite a bit of room for improvement, but what is here is really good. And I probably would go out of my way to get this again, although based on the price, I think it should be probably at least 2 to 3 pounds, cheaper than it actually is. And it does need a little bit of reworking, generally speaking, in terms of the focus, the flavour, and also the finish as well, which are really a mess of flavours. But still, not too bad. Could do with a reduce in price, but generally speaking, it is nice. So yeah, if you guys like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to check out anything else I do online, I'll leave the links to all that in the video description down below. But until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye bye for now.